Hi Libra, welcome into your mid-February 2023 Money and Career Tarot reading. I do want to thank you so much for joining me for this reading, but as always, as we proceed, do keep in mind this is general for the remainder of your month, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. And I more than appreciate the love and support, the likes, the comments, and of course subscriptions to the channel if you haven't done so already. But we're going to speak upon the 4 cards I got in the last attempt for you to get this reading done, and then we're going to build upon them more with the Gilda deck, as you can see. But before we do so, I did channel an overall message for us for, of course, our money and career. This being, this money is exactly what you need, no more lack. This money is exactly what you need, no more lack. There's a sense of spirit reminding you as the money flows in the remainder of the month, as you are even doing better at managing and potentially not spending as much as you previously were. And obviously this is helping you with the improvement of your finances. All the meanwhile, you're seeing oneself gaining reminders that you will have more financial luck and improvement in more than one way moving forward in the upcoming months. So just keep that in mind as you proceed towards the end of the month. But the first card we have, the Magician, beautiful. So there's a sense of you manifesting an opportunity for some. It could be more business, more growth, absolutely. With overall message, I feel as if you're manifesting money flowing in, and there's a feeling that the possibilities are endless for you at this time. I do recommend through it all, especially my spiritual Libras being drawn to the reading, empathic ones, cleanse your energy, because there's a feeling that you're very sensitive at this time, very much affected by energy, your spirituality, and other people's state of being. And this could affect the quality of your work. It could just affect your overall well-being when you're at home and or at work. So do your best to keep up with that. But the second card we have here is the Star card, beautiful. So there's a focus on your goals, your wishes, your dreams, what you wish to see come to be, because there's a feeling, especially with 2 major arcanas, that this is a turning point towards more of what you need, but more of what you want all the meanwhile. So what do you want? But I also did get here with this imagery on the Magician card that there's a sense of you working with your hands, creating, developing. I know for me, it's naturally my tarot readings. It could be more than that, but I do feel like you're being viewed as a star. People are seeing you shining, glowing, and just knowing what you're doing. And there's a sense of you potentially having to do something over and over, right? I know how that works for me, right? Having to attempt readings time and time again until it actually comes to be. But then when I look back at it, the first attempt or several weren't on point, even if it felt like it while I was doing it. And so therefore the end result ends up being exactly what it's meant to be. Perfect. So keep that in mind if you do feel oneself getting a little bit frustrated, or if it has to do with certain outside factors that are out of your control. But I do feel like there are, for a lot being drawn to the reading, noise factors at work and or at home. Just try to work around it. Don't force it. But I do feel like you are manifesting whatever you want at this time, and money being some of which. The Ace of Cups, because I do feel like there's a sense of your third eye being open to the truth when it comes to people, past situations, or one in particular being highlighted when it comes to what you're beginning. Some of which are feeling this, or seeing this new beginning within an existing situation for your career, taking a highlight, right? A fresh approach, potentially. It could be an expansion, it could be a promotion, something of the sort, or a move to a different department. But I do feel like for a lot being drawn to the reading, you are being gifted or just seeing oneself manifest a new opportunity. Could be a new job naturally, a new business idea, but Spirit saying this is going to leave your cup overflowing more so than it is at stepping into the second half of the month. But I do feel like this could tie into the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck, a meeting of importance. But I feel like for a lot, even if there isn't a meeting of importance, there's a sense of you easily connecting with people, drawing in attention, people feeling very connected to your, they're saying energetic but peaceful nature. And I want to say your, not feisty, but sassy, caring way about you, and just your honesty all the meanwhile. But it feels like Spirit's saying things are about to get busier, but it doesn't mean they have to feel stressful. There's also a focus on your dreams and how those could be stressing you out, that may not even tie into your money and career, but at times it might. Interesting, even if you don't remember that. But it just feels like the motivation is quite present to go after more abundance, go after the money. Spirit saying doesn't mean that we're going to be overworking oneself moving forward. So just try to remember the balance through it all. And I feel like people at a distance, on a side note, are simply thinking about you quite a lot. But the last card over here, we have the Four of Pentacles. Beautiful. So there's a focus on your savings. There's a focus on where your control lies and how you can put that to use or just use that to your advantage, right? Working around things, once again, adapting, being flexible, allowing for oneself to tap into that natural innate ability to prioritize, to multitask, but to at the same time focus on what's at hand and produce quality, accomplish with a sense of ease all the meanwhile, but don't overdo it with the multitasking or just the amount that you want to get done in one day or just that week, to the point where you don't see as much quality coming to be. Does that make sense? I do feel as if you're thinking about at times naturally, even if you don't mean to, what's not within your control. Again, it could be outside factors. I feel like you need to not second guess what you left behind or what didn't work out in the past. That could have been a financial investment or multiple. It could have been a job or two, could have been a business. What didn't work out in the end meant to be. It feels like it was spiritual protection. For some, it was rejection in the form of protection, or protection in the form of rejection. But for some, it was a tower moment that just came crashing down, and it just is leading you towards more peaceful success all the meanwhile. Does that make sense? Even if you feel like it's going to be less lucrative, or is, all right, in comparison, we need you to not compare. Let's move these down and further build upon them. I'm hearing 3, 7, 10, and 7, 11. Look up those angel number meanings. We have the 8 of Cups. So it feels like through it all, you're doing what's right for Libra. There's a sense of you, again, thinking about the cups that have fallen down, situations that didn't work out, or one in particular, the money that you've lost over time. But Spirit's saying it is what it is. You have to keep in mind that as you, with that ebb and flow, as the money goes out, even if it was frivolous at times, we learn, we grow, improve, right? And I feel like you're managing your money again in a more mature, responsible manner, due to certain past events, changes, due to being realistic. But it just feels like you need to recognize again, as I was getting to, the universe will replenish you when need be. There's a sense of you forgetting at times that you'll have what you need, especially financially, when you need it, right? When something comes to be as far as an investment, say, or a sudden change, Spirit's saying prepare, right? Be responsible and smart about having money put aside for who knows what could pop up moving forward. But there's a sense of you being drawn to this reading to get the reminder at the very least that you'll have what you need when the time is right, when the time comes. So just let oneself be honest with oneself, as I feel like you're being honest with others all the meanwhile. But just keep in mind, as your cup overflows with certain levels of abundance, including financial, monetary gain, it's going to overflow even more moving forward. But there's a sense of you through it all communicating to levels of success. There's a feeling that things are going to pick up moving forward, but it might be an ending recently, or rewinding back further for some, that would have left, that ending was to prevent things from moving so quickly, speed-wise, right, busyness-wise, that you would have been so stressed, right, that the stress would have outweighed the success all the meanwhile. And some of which I feel like are working multiple opportunities, whether it's multiple jobs. If it's just one, so be it. Spirit still respects you wholeheartedly. But I feel like some are running a business and working a day-to-day job, and that's a lot to manage, but you're utilizing your knowledge, your wisdom, your experience to make sure you could do so with a sense of ease and make it successful all the meanwhile, all right? There's a feeling that whatever you're wrapped up with, whether it's a business, a project, a job, it's almost as if the actions, the accomplishing, it's gonna give you a flashback to either your childhood or something like a past job opportunity, even potentially a past connection. It's gonna feel very odd. The Nine of Cups, beautiful. There's a sense of you just needing to celebrate and honor oneself as people honor and respect you and put you on a bit of a pedestal at times and even defend you, I want to say. But there's a feeling that you shouldn't overdo it with consumption, just saying. But all the meanwhile, allowing oneself to recognize that this is a remainder of February, where you're gaining a wish fulfillment, however that works for you, a door opening, more success. But it feels like at the very least, savings increase, more money flowing in as you manage it again more appropriately. I just feel like you're going to be doing better in the remainder of February than you expect. But keep in mind, once again, success wise, financially, things are going to improve for you immensely moving forward in the upcoming months. All right? So if this was truly helpful, sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy the remainder of your month, and I'll see you next time.